Hello and welcome to another fun-filled nonsense retrospective. I'm your host as always, Rick, and joining me equally as always is Devon.
Your voice cracked in such a way that I thought you were gonna straight up go into, my name is Otto.
I love to get blatto. Yeah, we're doing some Simpson stuff today, and it's just going to be like talking about our favourite episodes. But before we get too far into that, let's go with the good old time-honoured tradition of the nonsense asinine hypotheticals. You said you pulled one out of your ass for me this morning. Let's hear it.
You're not supposed to tell the audience that, though. That was information just for you.
It's normally me that does this.
You get to spend an evening with any character from Springfield. They have to reside in Springfield permanently, and spending an evening is whatever you decide that entails. Who do you pick and why?
Ooh, so you can't pick Hank Scorpio, which is a shame because he'd be a really good pick.
Oh yeah. You also can't pick Herb.
No, you can't pick Unky Herb. Either before or after he becomes a millionaire again. This is actually a difficult question because a lot of the people in Springfield are just awful.
Yeah, I'd hate to live in Springfield. There's nothing to do. The bowling alley hasn't been a thing for multiple years.
Yeah. Actually, in one of the recent episodes that I saw, Homer gets a job at the bowling alley after he quits at the nuclear plant, which is like the fourth time he's done this.
I was going to say, fuck off. That's been a plot already.
Yeah, it's like the fourth time he's done this, and Barney gets fired to make room for Homer.
But no, because that happened in the old episode as well.
Yeah. Hey, can Homer have a job? Yeah, you're fired.
I'm bothered by this information you've given me.
Yeah, man, I'm assuming Mindy Simmons is, departed as well. She's, one and done and goes away.
Who the fuck is Mindy Simmons?
She's the object of Homer's lust in the one episode where she gets hired to the nuclear power plant.
Oh, yeah, she doesn't live permanently in Springfield. Get fucked.
Yeah, according to Homer, she hit the bottle pretty hard and lost her job, and Marge goes, oh, well, good. But she shows up in the Home Wreckers team of bowling when Marge gets the... Actually, it's not even Marge's bowling team, because her bowling instructor is also in that team. And it's just people who have threatened to break up Homer and Marge.
Man, Nolene got done dirty, though.
Yeah.
Because,
you can't even pick her, yeah, because she's also out of town.
And also, she was just legitimately a nice person. She was never going to do anything with Homer because she knew he was married. However, Homer was a lusty boy.
Oh, no, she very much definitely did want to do things with Homer.
Yeah, but she wasn't going to, was the point, wasn't it?
Well, no, she definitely was going to. It's just Homer that wasn't picking up what she was putting down until right at the end when he just goes, nope, I love my wife and family, I've got to go. And then he just goes back in and goes, just so I don't wander, you'd have gone all the way with me? And she goes, yeah.
Oh, never mind then.
And every husband that she's had since then has looked exactly like Homer.
Yeah, I do remember that being a joke in a follow-up episode. And they were all awful.
Yeah. Well, if we can choose the time, then I'll choose Bleeding Gums Murphy when he was alive, because he seems like just a cool guy to hang out with and learn a few things from, and just chat about the days gone by, you know?
I mean, if you want to, you can also reveal to him that his long-lost brother is, in fact, Dr. Hibbert.
Well, yeah, I can do that, but it might not get believed. Who are you picking? Who are you spending your evening with from all of Springfield?
Yeah, obviously they're departed at this point, but it would actually be Edna Krabappel, because you're going home happy.
Yeah.
She slept with comic book guy, she'd sleep with me.
Yeah. You're a lot less annoying than he is.
Thank you. I'm glad to hear that. I'd be very disappointed to hear, oh yeah, no, you're more insufferable than comic book guy.
Yeah. By the same token, his wife is a pretty good pick from that, because if she's okay with him, she'll be okay with either of us. Good old Jeff Albertson.
I wasn't watching when he got a wife, so I don't actually know that character at all. Whereas Krabappel is a known, I don't like using this word, but she puts out. Yeah.
She's a known fox.
Yeah, and I'm into older. The funny thing is she's not even that older than me now, but I was into her when I was 17.
Yeah.
That being said, Rick, you have a hypothetical for me, don't you?
My one for you is a little bit more generic. It's you get bitten by a radioactive version of whatever is in the wildlife around your home. What powers do you get?
I mean, this question kind of falls apart immediately, doesn't it? Because we both live in the UK and we both have spiders around us, so we could just choose Spider-Man.
Oh, you can choose Spider-Man if you like.
Okay, I pick Spider-Man.
You're picking Spider-Man. Okay.
You're asking me to be very creative here, because it's either Spider-Man or you could become Foxman, which, no, nobody should be Foxman. Be wary of anyone who says they want to be a Fox person. You could say Badger, technically. They are around. They're hard to find, but they do exist. But Badgers are bastards, and nobody likes them.
Yeah. Now here's the thing. Next to me, I've got that wood, so there's pretty much all the things. We've got definitely we've got squirrels, we've got foxes, we've got badgers, we've got adders, we've got 40 different kinds of birds. We've got newts, we've got frogs, we've got toads.
Okay, are any of those creatures going to give you powers better than Spider-Man's set?
Probably not. However, the one that stands out to me is probably the wood pigeon, because it's the most annoying of all the birds, because they shit like elephants and yet somehow retain, like, you know, the ability to look kind of cool and kind of cute, and like most people generally like them unless they're shitting on your lawn.
Okay, here's the thing, Rick, is you've got a vendetta against this type of bird, because these birds don't shit any more than any other creature. They just happen to shit near your driveway.
Yeah, they shit on the driveway, almost always on the car, with pinpoint accuracy. So that would be the power, to shit with pinpoint accuracy.
And you're saying that's better than Spider-Man?
I'm not saying it's better than Spider-Man. I'm saying it's the power that, I would be given by the radioactive
The power
bird.
you want is to be able to shit with pinpoint accuracy. You don't want to be Spider-Man, you just want to shit good.
And fly.
Spider-Man can practically fly.
He requires tall buildings to do so.
Oh, fucking, I live basically 2 steps away from London. I don't have a problem.
Yeah, I, like, the tallest thing around me is the hill that I'm on.
Also, like, come on, dude, like, I know you haven't played the Insomniac Spider-Man games, but he can quite easily swing from tree to tree.
Yeah, but, like, not as easily as he can from building to building.
Oh, it's slightly more, it's still more efficient than walking.
Sure. Yeah, like I've seen in the Spider-Verse, all it has to be is a tall enough tree for it to be, like, viable.
Like, taller than you. That's basically all you need, because comic book physics are dumb.
Yeah, he can slingshot and catapult rather than just swinging, you know. But yes, that's it for our.
Oh no, I just want to summarise again for the audience in case they're not paying attention. Given this option, I become Spider-Man. Given this option, Rick becomes the shitter.
Yeah, I become a flying shitting shit bomber.
You're going to be fucking Randy Marsh in that one episode of South Park.
Spooky scary ghost.
No, that's a different episode. I'm talking about the time when he was shitting on people's fucking homegrown marijuana gardens.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the other shit episode I'm thinking of is, oh, hot, 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 hot. Oh, hot, 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 hot.
That's not accuracy. That's just fucking one giant
size.
Turd, and it's bigger than Bono.
Yeah, that's size. It's bigger than Bono, therefore Bono has to do a bigger one. That no one has to see. But yeah, we're going to be talking about our favourite Simpsons episodes. I would say classic Simpsons episodes, but it turns out that that's an academic descriptor, because all of these are from before season 10. So, in no particular order, what's your number 5?
I know you did that on purpose, but I'm seething at that sentence.
Yeah.
My number 5 is, okay, Rick and I had a little chat before we started today, and that chat boiled down to, oh shit, I only wrote down the episode names. I didn't write down any description, which isn't a problem for any episode on my list, except for this one. Number 5 is from Series 10. It is episode 21. It is Money Can't Buy Me Love.
Is this the one where Mr. Burns realizes that he's an arsehole and nobody likes him, and Lisa shows him how to be good, and he's like, oh wait, no, I won't do that.
You're thinking of a different episode. The episode you're thinking of, Mr. Burns loses all of his money, so he's poor,
sure.
And then he becomes rich again by scouring the ocean and killing a bunch of ocean creatures, and Lisa's like, no! Money Can't Buy Me Love is arguably, it's during the season, season 10 is the season where everything went batshit off the wall insane.
Yeah.
And I'm sure many people will be like, man, you're an idiot for liking this episode, but I can't help but love it. It's the episode where Mr. Burns eventually goes to Scotland and gets the Loch Ness Monster.
Oh, okay.
So it's called Money Can't Buy Me Love
because
it starts with that guy at the beginning who throws a bunch of money out for free, and it's like, why do people love this millionaire and not me? And if I remember rightly, he cattle prods Ned Flanders and takes the money off of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a favourite episode of mine. There's so many. It's mostly the back half of the episode after Mr. Burns' failed attempts to get people to like him, including throwing money off of a building, but he doesn't want to be like the other guy, so it's commemorative silver dollars.
Oh, okay. So it turns into actual missiles that hurt people.
Oh, if you can't remember, like, one gets embedded in Lenny's head.
Yeah, and he takes it out and it starts spurting, so he's put it back in.
Yeah. And also, I believe he sees a girl and he takes it off like it's a top hat, and the blood spurts, and the girl runs away screaming, and he's like, oh, before putting it back. It's a really dumb fucking visual gag. But is this the episode where we get the Willy line, where he just goes, it's like the Welsh and the Scots, and the British and the Scots, and the Scots and other Scots.
Damn in Scotland!
You Scots certainly seem like a cantankerous people.
It might be, yeah. Season 10 is a weird one where it's after the jump the shark moment, which
I believe it's during the jump the shark moment. I believe the Anzeria happens in this season.
I think that might have been season 9, but yeah, this is when the Simpsons is circling the drain, and after this it gets flushed.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I like quite a few of the batshit insane episodes. I think that when Simpsons gets actually bad is when it becomes not about the Simpsons, it becomes about, hey, what celebrity cameo are we going to focus on? I've not seen the Lady Gaga episode, but I've been told it's infamous at this point.
Yeah, it's infamously bad, and it's everything that's wrong with The Simpsons now. It's because celebrity cameos used to be a character. They didn't used to be the celebrity.
Some of them used to be.
I mean, yeah, okay, fair enough. Like, if a band shows up to get the piss taken out of them, then that's okay, because it's the band having the piss taken out of them. When it's the band showing up just to be themselves, then it's a bit pandery, you know?
Yeah, sort of. I'm just thinking of Mark Hamill, because he was a really early one, and he did just play Mark Hamill.
Yeah, I think that was actually season 10 as well. The Luke be a Jedi tonight.
I mean, I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, but like, he was taking the piss out of himself. He wanted to talk about some
it's like an insurance or
mobile
something.
Phone network or something.
It wasn't mobile phone. It's too early for that.
And Database is like, yeah, talk about Star Wars.
I do remember fucking Frink going with the Jedi and the swing, and really, I think of all people going, that's not how you swing.
The swing. That's not how you swing. Yep, absolutely. And because this is when Homer was a bodyguard for Mayor Quimby, wasn't he?
Yeah, that was a very reference-heavy episode in general, because the first half of the episode was just trying to take the piss out of the bodyguard, the movie.
Yeah. And at the end, Homer was still doing the thing, but it was more about Mark Hamill, and he tells Homer to use the forks.
Yeah, and he's carrying Hamill from the building while kicking people. It's very funny, but that's not the episode we're talking about. We're talking about the Loch Ness Monster.
Yeah.
I do like the end.
There's a freebie one for you.
Yeah. I do like the end of the episode where they do the King Kong moment of, no, stop, you're enraging the beast. And it's just fucking Mr. Burns has got like photosensitive epilepsy. And he's acting as if Loch Ness Monster, like Loch Ness Monster's doing poses and shit for the cameras, and he's loving it. But this really is like the epitome of like Simpsons episodes don't matter anymore. It's just what wacky bullshit is this episode gonna be, and I like the wacky bullshit, I really do. But it doesn't take long until the wacky bullshit gets to. This was early on in the wacky bullshit. The Loch Ness Monster, Rick.
Yeah. Another one, like just Homer getting irradiated, like actually irradiated, and he goes, must destroy mankind, and then his watch goes off. Ooh, lunchtime.
Yeah, I don't remember that one.
It was probably going to be like really early on in the generic Simpsons timeline, but like it's a wacky bullshit gag that if you took it seriously, yes, it means that Homer got irradiated and is not like now a universal level threat, but also he can shake it off by going ooh food.
I mean, fair enough. I don't remember that joke, so I don't remember when it was. Unless it's an episode I'm talking about today, I can't tell you exact series and episode number.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because, the
bee bit my bottom, now my bottom's big.
But yeah, Rick, what's your number 5?
My number 5 is A Fish Called Selma. Take a bow, Sugar Beet. Season 7, episode 19.
A Fish Called Selma? Is this the one with Sideshow Bob?
No, this is the one where Troy McClure nearly marries Selma.
I should kick myself for this, because this is one of the episodes I spoke about in depth during our Let's Pick 2 episodes and just talk about it episodes.
Yeah, this is one of my favourite episodes of all time. It's pretty much the Troy McClure episode, because everything that happens before with Troy McClure is just like a 3-second, like 3 15-second gag of, "Hi, I'm Troy McClure. You may remember me from Gladys the Groovy Mule, and here comes the metric system." And,
those are great episodes, great gags though.
yeah. But in this, like, you get to see more of him. Like, you get to, like, the kids call him a leather Muppet because he's alongside the Muppets in like a medieval thing, but then he does his big old smile.
I distinctly remember, like, it's more or less what the episode's titled for, but I remember the gag being Selma just going, "Troy McClure, are you gay?" And Troy McClure just goes, "Oh God, I wish. No, what I have is a unique single attraction," and it's all alluding to the fish fucking that he's apparently done.
Yeah, the romantic abnormality, one that must be hidden from the public at all costs.
Yeah.
And when the mob talks about it, Fat Tony goes, well, I think his legs goes, "I thought you said he was dead." And Fat Tony goes, "No, I said he sleeps with the fishes. Now what that says is," and he goes, No, Tony, don't, just can it. I just had a plate of Vinda Magoo."
Yeah, because I do love they used to use Fat Tony and the mob sparingly.
Yeah, now they're just like, they're the villain of the week when it won't make sense for Mr. Burns to be the villain of the week.
Like, I remember the episode when when Marge gets the food truck and so Fat Tony and the goons are literally breaking legs and destroying every other restaurant in town.
Yeah, so that Marge's food truck gets all the business. Oh boy, yeah.
This is the problem with doing Simpsons as a topic. We do get sidetracked so very easily.
Oh, I mean, that was the point. Like, we could even stop at 2 if you want. Yeah. And the way that episode ends is that the other investorettes have the Yakuza on their side.
Oh yeah, it's a big old battle.
Yeah. So it's Italian mob versus Japanese mob on the Simpsons front lawn. But yes, a fish called Selma, the one where we get Jub, and is this a sham marriage? Sure, baby, is that a problemo? And they're the reason that Selma like ends the marriage is not because she doesn't love Troy or because she can't deal with it. It's because they're trying to bring a child into what's going to be essentially a loveless marriage.
Yeah, it's one of Selma's more mature decisions, because it's really annoying with both Selma and Patty, because they originally existed just to be a foil for Homer, and what that means is before they got any character development, like I believe Patty, her development ends up just being, oh, she's a lesbian and that's her thing, and then Selma's got the I want a baby but I can't get a man. Ooh. But before that, they were just horrible people.
Oh yeah, and they pretty much continue to be horrible people, and that's kind of funny.
I mean, but the point being, you can only have so much sympathy for them when all you ever see is them being deliberate assholes.
Oh yes, yeah, absolutely. But yeah, number 4.
Number 4 for me is from Series 4. It's Episode 5. It's Treehouse of Horror 3.
Ah, yes.
I love Treehouse of Horror episodes.
Remind me what happens in this particular one.
I will give you the episode, the mini episode titles, and I want you to try and tell me.
Okay.
First up, we have Clown Without Pity.
Clown Without Pity. Shit.
It comes with a free Frogut.
Oh, is it actually that one?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's the
Come on, you can do it. I believe in you.
Monkey Paw. The Monkey Paw.
No.
Is it not the Monkey Paw?
No, it's the Krusty the Clown killer toy doll.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I was thinking of the Monkey Paw. The Monkey Paw they actually buy for $2 American, don't they?
I can't remember that episode. I remember the Monkey Paw being a thing and them eventually killing the aliens with it, but that's about it.
Yeah, it's a board with a nail in it.
He's got a board with a nail in it. It's the only impression I'm half decent at, and even then I don't think it's very good. Clown Without Pity is Homer has to rush out to buy a toy for Bart. He gets a Krusty the Clown doll last minute, and we get that great scene with the guy who goes, it's cursed with a deadly curse. That's bad, but it comes with free Frogut. That's good. The yogurt is also cursed. The Frogut is also cursed.
That's bad. But you get your choice of topping. It's good. The topping contains potassium benzoate. That's bad.
Can I go now? I love how the solution is they get the tech guy out and he just goes, here's your problem. Someone flicked the switch to evil.
Yeah.
The second episode in this Treehouse of Horror trilogy is King Homer.
King Homer. Oh, it's the King Kong one where he's where he takes Marge to the top of the thing, isn't it? Yeah. Is this the one that's all in black and white?
It is, yeah. Because they're trying to really invoke King Kong because this came out before the new King Kong movie.
Yeah. And there's like a little girl that's singing the Good Ship Lollipop, and then he just like picks her up and eats her.
Yeah, sounds about right. I do remember the ultimate gag being that, he's trying to climb up the Empire State Building. He gets up like 3 rungs before being just out of breath and giving up.
Yeah.
I think Marge goes, you need to go on a diet, and King Homer's just like, I think you get a shot of the wedding as well, and there's just a bunch of monkeys in suits. And the last one is Dial Z for Zombies.
Ooh, is this the one where like all the zombies come back, like including like Washington or whatever?
Yeah, more or less.
Like Abe Lincoln, yeah.
Bart has to do a book report, and he finds an evil book and tries to resurrect Snowball.
Yeah, and ends up resurrecting all the zombies.
Yeah, and if I remember rightly, there's a gag at the end. I can't remember how they undo the curse, but they do. But there's a gag at the end where it's just like, excuse me, sir, I believe you're in my grave. It's just like, are you John Smith from 1974? Oh, my mistake. So, very silly jokes, as you expect from Treehouse of Horror.
Yeah. Well, actually, I'd say that's probably one of the less memorable Treehouses of Horror, because, like, obviously the first one is the first one.
Yeah.
But from then on, like, most of what I remember are individual sketches, not the whole episode.
To be fair, I picked this one mostly for the clown one.
Sure. Okay.
That interaction is just stuck in my brain forever. It's so funny.
There's your problem. Setting you on evil.
I mean, that's a great fucking resolution, but, like, the old classic evil foreign man in a fucking evil shop just being like, it's cursed. That's bad.
Yeah.
But it comes with free blah blah blah. That's good. Just classic Homer as well.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think we've waffled for long enough. Rick, what's your number 4?
My number 4 is actually a friend of mine's number 1 episode. It's Homie the Clown.
This is a good episode.
It is. Season 6, episode 15. You people have stood in my way long enough. I'm going to clown college. Yeah, it's all because it's new billboard day, and he's that excited to look at all of the ads, and then he buys everything on the new ads.
Yeah.
It's like English muffins, blueberry pancakes, clown college.
The fucking speed holes bit, man.
Yeah, they make it go faster.
Like, when he's got the fucking pickaxe in his own fucking driveway, and he's just putting them in his own car, and Ned's like, "What's going on?" And he gets shot. It's just like, good thing I keep this Bible near my heart. And he gets shot again. Good thing I keep so-and-so near my heart. I'm going to go inside now.
Like a piece of the one true cross.
Oh, that's it.
I'm going inside now. Yeah, gets shot twice on his own driveway. I told you we should have bought more than 2 bullets.
To be fair, if you're a professional assassin, you should be able to do it in 1.
Yep. Well, the reason to have 2 is to do it CIA style, where it's you just double tap a corpse to make sure that the corpse is dead.
Not usually with a sniper rifle.
Oh, typically.
No, typically the double tap is for a handgun.
Yes, I'm agreeing with you. Yeah.
Oh,
so,
okay.
with
sorry,
a sniper rifle.
Yeah, sorry, my bad. I thought you were like, you're being the dumb one, Devon. And usually you're right, but
no. No, I'm agreeing with you on this. That the double tap CIA style is usually with a handgun, which they could have done rather easily just by going to his house and killing him in the head. But then we wouldn't have the Simpsons.
This is also true. Rick, can you remember the amount of money that Krusty the Clown owed the mafia?
$48, I believe it was.
Well done.
Because it was $50 and 2 your change. There we go.
Yeah, fucking. They were willing to kill a man. This isn't how the mafia works, guys. First of all, it's usually for a lot more money. Second of all, yeah, they will beat the fuck out of you if you don't pay them, but they still want you to pay them, so you've got to really piss them off for them to kill you.
Yeah, you've got to be very loudly, obviously, and flaunting the fact that you're not paying them for them to want to kill you, to send a message to other people that might want to kill you, or to other people that are also borrowing money from them.
Yeah. Also, just technically it wasn't borrowing money, it was gambling, and usually when you gamble, you pay the money before when you put the bet on, so it's a very weird way the mafia years doing this in Springfield.
Yeah, I think what he's basically done is gone, well, I've lost. Well, let it ride. And then he's lost that one again. So that's why he owes them money.
Do you remember the accountant joke?
Is that when he says that he's bet against the Harlem Globetrotters?
Well, there was that, but in the exact same scene, it was just like, Krusty, gambling is one of the most financially secure things you can do if you're good at it. Which is awful advice.
It is, yeah. But yeah, Krusty bets against the Harlem Globetrotters, who are notoriously they're not a real team.
Yeah, they're a comedy bit.
Yeah, they're a comedy bit, and their whole goal is to, you show up, you watch them, and then when their theme tune starts, that's when they start to win. By doing, like, contact magic bullshit on the court.
Basically, someone said, hey, wrestling's pretty cool. What if we did that, but with basketball?
Yeah, pretty much. The Harlem Globetrotters are fake.
No! Strawberry! No, not strawberry, that's a different sport.
Daryl Strawberry.
There's absolutely no reason why that name came to mind. Let's move on.
Medically ain't Conseco. But yeah, this is just like a fantastic one. You've got just the fact that it's a revisit of what was originally going to be a plot point of Homer and Krusty being the same person.
Yeah, that blew my mind when I learnt it. And when I learnt it, I was like, damn, that would have been actually quite good. But for the longest time, and even to this day, Simpsons doesn't really have like a continuality. Like, it's not a continuous story. So
yeah, like the only bits of continuous story are
who's
things
dead?
Like who's dead and the existence of Sideshow Bob.
Yeah, true enough. Yeah, but him being a guest star just means okay, all the other Sideshow Bob episodes that have occurred before now are canon.
Yeah. Even though that, like, one of them, like, Lisa goes, oh yeah, back in 1990 you did this, and yeah, that's when that episode came out, and this was like for an episode released in like 1994.
Right. Yeah. Okay, that makes a bit more sense. But also, the characters don't age, so it makes no sense. Also, don't forget, Homer is now a millennial.
Yeah. Homer was now a kid in the 90s, not in the 70s.
I get it. They can do what they want, but boy, is that a baffling decision.
It's so weird because, like, The Simpsons was showing back then. Like, you can't just, like, make Homer Bart's age when Bart was still around, essentially.
And it completely fucks up Abe, because does that mean Abe is now Homer's age when Homer was in the 90s?
Yeah, it means Abe is no longer able to have been in World War II.
Yeah, that's a big part of his character.
Yeah, the flying hellfish.
I told you before I was really tempted to get that tattoo, right?
Yeah.
And then I was like, I better not, because I will regret that tattoo, and I know I will.
Yeah. And Homer's baggy pants, where he hasn't had a pair of pants that fit that good in his life.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that bit.
Oh, it's just, yeah. Hey, they're supposed to be baggy pants. And burn that seat when he's riding the little bicycle.
Oh, yeah, because it goes right up his arse. That's touch in ring.
Yeah, he gets the pants snagged on the wheel, and it pulls the pants down, and yeah, it goes directly up his anus.
Yeah. I do like the ultimate finale trick where they go there, hang on a minute, now you can't shoot him, it might be me, and it's like, good going, Krusty, now you must both do the trick.
Yeah. Good one, Krusty. Ah, crap. I'm seeing double here. 4 Krusties.
Oh, Jesus. Had some good bits in it really did. But even that episode, like, it's very weird how nonsensical you can be while still being weirdly grounded in reality.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, this, it's just, yeah, it's dumb, and yet these things could happen.
That's stupid. Stop being stupid.
Yep, no going to space. But yes, number 3.
Number 3 is my season 6 entry. So it's that nail-biting moment of, shit, did we have a crossover this time? It's episode 20, 2001 Greyhounds.
Ah, okay, you've managed to miss all of my season 6 episodes.
Yay!
Because this has your favourite Simpsons song in it, hasn't it?
It does, you remembered. I'm glad you remembered. Yeah, it's got my favourite Simpsons song. It's also just a generally good episode.
Na 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 na.
What the fuck are you on about?
Bard! Sorry, gotta admit it's catchy.
Oh, right, gotcha. Yeah. I remember very early on when they're giving away the puppies for free, and they're all just like, you get all these cute interactions, and I remember Snake coming up and being like, give me your dog. It's like, they're free. He goes, I'm gonna cherish and love this little dude, and then he fucks off.
Yeah. Like, that's the kind of thing that you could see that just, like, ending well, you know?
However, we never see any of these puppies when he gets arrested. So
yeah, fair enough, yeah. We never see any of these puppies again, and, it's when Snake goes and gets arrested all the time, so if you did take that puppy home, then it gets neglected.
Only gets neglected while he's in jail. And depending on the episode, like, it might get auctioned off.
Yeah.
Remember the episode when fucking Little Bandit got auctioned off to Homer?
Yeah. She needs premium, dude.
Yeah.
Premium.
That's exactly the bit I'm thinking of. You also got that bit where he gets out of jail and he fucking has, like, the piano wire he stretches between two trees. Head comes off, car rolls to a stop. I believe Homer's saved by a rogue M&M.
And the other one of when he gets the hair transplant.
Oh, that's a Treehouse of Horror, so...
Yeah, it's a Treehouse of Horror, and it's, no one can get in or out.
Chief Wiggum's such a dick in that episode, because he's like, you got me, you got Apu, you got whoever else was in the thing, and it's like, I'm gonna get all of you. Don't forget little Bart Simpson in the corner, and Bart's just like, thanks, Chief. Yeah, this is a fun episode. You got the song, which I argue is one of the best songs of all times. It's pretty good. What's it? It's taking a piss out of "Be My Guest," isn't it?
Yeah, "Be My Guest" from Beauty and the Beast. Yeah.
You've got, in case you weren't sure that this was a piss take of 101 Dalmatians, they've got the maid from 101 Dalmatians just poking in, going, what is it, like, kill two for matching clogs? No, wait.
Yeah. Heal. Yeah, it's either kill or heal two, but yeah. Heal two for matching clogs. Yeah.
It's so fucking evil. Except there's one little greyhound puppy that he wants to keep because it stands up, and then it's just like, oh, I've got. They trick him at the end by having a pair of slippers or socks or something like that on a line, and all the dogs start doing it, and Mr. Burns just goes, I'll have to kill them all, and then just stops himself.
Yeah. And it's, you stick with me, you're the pick of the litter.
Imagine how fucked that will be, though, isn't it? When you think, if he went through with his plan, it'd be like, yeah, here's my one dog that I'm keeping safe while wearing a coat of its siblings.
That it can still smell years later.
I mean, probably not. Once it's washed once, that would go away. But yeah, it's why dogs act really weird when you clean either their sheets or their beds, because they no longer recognise it as their bed because it's no longer got the comforting smells. But yeah,
they have to refart their bed.
But that is some Hannibal Lecter shit.
Yeah. Well, it's more Buffalo Bill shit, isn't it?
Okay, I say Hannibal Lecter shit. I mean Silence of the Lambs. People know what I mean.
Yeah. It's serial killer stuff.
Yeah. But anyway, Rick, that was my number 3. What's yours?
My number 3 is Homer the Great, Season 6, Episode 12. This is the Stonecutters episode.
Okay, so if you want to talk about wild, weird bullshit...
This is probably the start of it, really.
I mean, like, it's a cult. It's an Illuminati, but in Springfield.
Yeah, it's like halfway between the Illuminati and just the Freemasons.
Rick, who holds back the electric car?
We do.
Who makes something a star? I can't remember the actor.
Gutenberg.
That's the one.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, it's who controls the British Crown, who keeps the metric system down. We do.
They got a thing about aliens, and then you see an aliens part of the group.
Yeah, who keeps Atlantis off the maps? Who keeps the Martians under wraps?
We do.
We do.
Do you remember that episode where they owned a horse and started horse racing it with Bart as a jockey, and they went to the secret land of the jockeys?
Yeah, we are the jockeys. The jockeys are we live underground in the fiberglass tree.
And when Homer gets out, he's like, was any of that real? It's like, yeah, it's real. Don't win. And then they knock him on the head with like a horseshoe.
Oh, we will eat your brains. I think that was the jockeys was kind of, I think, the prototype for like the elves in Disenchantment, really.
I mean, they could have been, but man, that episode was both. It's one of those weird things where it's like that was new Simpsons while also being very, very old.
Oh yes, like you can have an episode be 20 years old and still be like 10 years after like season 5 and 6.
Well, because this was the era of The Simpsons where I was watching new episodes every Sunday.
Yeah.
With my dad.
Yeah.
Because that's the type of family we were.
Yeah, on the Beeb.
And
then eventually on Sky.
No, Sky. It was Sky when I was watching.
Yeah, fair enough.
With the box that we totally owned legitimately.
Yeah, well, I mean, Sky also had Simpsons on every day. Like, Sky 1 was basically the Simpsons channel.
I'm just... Sky 1 every Sunday at 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
That was the new episode of The Simpsons, and therefore the only episode of The Simpsons worth watching.
Yeah, because the rest of them were just repeats. Because I remember when I was growing up, I'm going to parrot a former prime minister. We didn't have Sky growing up. until I was like 16 or so. So yeah, the only Simpsons we got before that was just either things that were on the BBC or that was on a VHS.
Okay, but again, Rick, you got to remember, when you were 16, how old was I?
About 8.
So, you know.
Yeah, probably about the same time, to be honest. Yeah, it's when the Cell games were on. For the first time.
Also, Rick, you're not 40.
Not for another year, no.
Yeah, so probably 10 is probably more accurate than 8.
Sure. Child, at least, yeah. Bart age.
Oh, you're right as well, and that annoys me.
Yeah, you would have been Bart age, and now you're Marge age.
Marge was never 32.
No, she's 34.
That is really splitting hairs. When was it ever confirmed what her age was?
When she's ringing up, like, I think it's Marvin Monroe, and in the episode where if he doesn't start loving, leave him. And
okay, I know who you're doing an impression of, but you sounded like Vince McMahon.
Yeah. But yeah, she admits that she's 34 in that. Homer has been both 36 and 38 in different episodes. But yeah, Marge is 34, Homer's 36 and 38.
It's no longer going to be fancying older women soon. It is just going to be fancying women my age.
Yeah, it's age-appropriate women.
Oh, that being said, I still look at 50-year-olds and I'm like, It'd never happen, but... I want to clarify, I said 50, just in case people misheard that. Oh, Jesus.
And then you got the problem of ones that you have a crush on like 10 years ago are now also 10 years older now. So now Wendy Malick is now in her 70s and she's still rather tidy.
Dude, I still have a thing for fucking... I'm not going to say her name because I've forgotten it, but Alien.
Yeah.
What's her fucking
Ripley.
name?
Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah, there we go. I had fucking Renee Zellweger, the name Renee Zellweger, that name in my head, and I'm like, that's not correct. I don't know why I know her name.
Yeah, that's a different person.
Yeah, I know. It's just weird names, man. They just get muddled in my head. I keep calling my younger colleagues by each other's names, and I have to keep telling them, just call me a fucking idiot when I do it. I'm terrible with names. It happens.
Yeah. Call me an idiot. I can take it.
Like, you know this best of all, Rick. If I'm having a conversation with 4 people, I will say everyone's name wrong.
Yeah, it's grandma syndrome. Don't worry about it.
Well, don't call it that, because that's annoying. But
oh, things went silent.
Yeah, you're on your number 3, and I'd finished my point, so I was waiting for you to take the ball again, but then you made note of the silence. Homie the Great is just a fantastic episode. You got the We Do, and you've got the good old No Homers Club. Thank you. I was hoping you'd bring this up.
Yep.
It says no homers. We're allowed to have one.
From Homer Gluplet, who shows up right at the end as well.
Yeah.
And so that's my number 3. What's your number 2?
My number 2 is Season 7, Episode 18, The Day the Violence Died.
Ah, is this the Itchy and Scratchy one?
It is the Itchy and Scratchy one. I've forgotten the original creator's name, but he shows up and he's a bum.
Yeah, Lester...
Lester's definitely his first name.
No, Lester and Eliza are the ones who are the fake Bart and Lisa.
Well, no, it can't. No, I don't think so. It doesn't matter anyway. The original creator gets found by Bart and Lisa, and they eventually prove it in court, and it's like, well done, kids, you killed Itchy and Scratchy.
Yep. And it's by showing off that this guy made the original Itchy.
Yeah, it's the original film cell in Comic Book Guy's shop, of all people, and it's just like that cell doesn't prove anything, says the big fancy pants lawyer, and the guy who created it went, hey, check under the frame.
Yeah, and it's forget that. Okay, so it's Chester J. Lampwick is the guy.
Yeah,
and Roger Myers Jr., Roger Myers Sr. So to Roger Myers, keep on animating, you'll get it someday. From your friend Chester J. Lampwick.
And they got the whole thing of like he lampoons this fellow because he's like, all he ever was able to draw was this really crappy stick man, and yeah, you would be fucking bitter if someone took your IP from you.
Yeah, and then it turns out the stick man was plagiarized by the post office.
Yeah,
and that's how they get Itchy and Scratchy Studios back up in business.
And they're like, what was it, Bart and Lisa were like, oh, we came up with a plan too, and the guy's just like, cool, tell someone who cares.
Yeah. But it's $800 million, which these days is...
Still a lot of money.
It's a lot of money, but like it wouldn't put a massive studio out of business.
Oh, of course not.
Whereas back then, yeah, it did. And the dude's got he's got a toilet made of solid gold, and he's still having liver and onions for dinner, which is like one of the cheapest things you can have, and is the kind of things that bums eat still.
But like, I really admire the guy because when he won, he didn't. I mean, yeah, he flaunted his wealth with his solid gold toilet, but at the end of the day, all he wanted was a house.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's a goal so many people can relate to. Just like, I just want a house. Isn't that depressing to you?
Yeah, and so many old people are just remember him and go, I paid you this much to paint my fence.
It wasn't even money. It was usually a sandwich.
Yeah, your brownies were lousy. Paint my fence. Make me.
And they have a fucking fight. And then I remember that there's a follow-up gag later on where Krusty's taking the stand. It's like, have you seen this man before? Yes, I have. And the entire audience just goes, gasps. And just like, when did you see
that gag again?
It's the exact same thing. I gave you a sandwich to paint my fence. That sandwich was lousy and dry.
Yeah.
And they fight in the courtroom.
So Grandpa does it, Krusty does it. Does Mr. Burns do it as well?
Nah, I don't think Mr. Burns is a factor in this episode.
Okay.
Mr. Burns isn't paying someone to fucking paint his fence. He'll just get one of the employees at the fucking, I almost said lab for some reason, the factory to do it.
Yeah, down at the plant, yeah. Especially when they're being chased by the dogs, or the bees, or the dogs with the bees in the mouths. I was going to
make that joke, you bastard! Yeah, it's a good episode. It's a weirdly feel-good episode as well, because it's like you see this person who's had basically everything taken from them, and they get a win. And the only bad thing they do is that they go, oh, can't you let them keep making Itchy and Scratchy? And he just goes, I'm not greedy.
Yeah.
Because that's the only motivation to keep letting them use... It's a very weird one, isn't it? Because they're like... Because he's like, oh, I don't want to lease out the property because I don't need any more money, and fuck those guys, they fucked me over for so long. But at the end of the episode, they're able to make Itchy and Scratchy again. They never really tell you how they got over that hurdle.
Yeah, I think they buy it off him or something, but yeah.
But the whole issue was...
Yeah, he'd been fucking him over for so long.
Yeah.
And they couldn't pay exactly what he wanted, so like they had to shut the whole thing down. But when they were able to pay him, then they could continue going, I guess.
Oh, I guess. It felt like a mean issue rather than a, financial issue.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's a decent episode. What about you, Rick? What's your number 2, aka the penultimate pick?
My number 2 is Season 3, Episode 21, Black Widower. This is the first sequel episode that we ever got. It's
This is the Sideshow Bob one, isn't it?
Yes, this is the first time that Sideshow Bob returns. And it's the one where he tries to kill Aunt Selma after they get married.
Yeah, it's almost a murder mystery, this one.
Yeah, it's a murder mystery that hasn't happened yet, and the whole point is that Bart figures it out, and Aunt Selma has 1 hour to live.
Is this the one as well where we get Die Bart Die on his chest?
Or
is that
I don't think so. I think that's the next one.
Yeah, okay. For those of you who don't know, the whole joke is Die Bart Die, and it's just like, so what's the meaning of this then? Oh no, it's German for Die Bart Die. No one who speaks German could be evil.
Yep. Oh man! Oh, it's a Simpsons one as well. Of Bart, no, sorry, force of habit, and it's just you can say that about so many people right now.
Oh yeah,
out in the real world. Let's not go into it. Oh boy.
I mean, like, I don't like the guy, but like, it's actually happening with the inverse is happening with Boris Johnson right now, because Boris Johnson's saying a lot of things about a certain other person in a certain other country, where it's just like, fuck me, why am I agreeing with Boris Johnson? Oh yeah, I'm not a fuckwit who completely disregards something someone says just because I don't like them.
Yeah. Germany, no. Was? Sorry, force of habit.
Israel, no.
Yeah. But yes, this is the one where, it didn't dawn on me, even though they spell it out pretty much in the episode, I thought he just wanted to kill Selma because she was related to Bart. No, turns out he didn't even know that she was related to Bart until they met at the dinner table.
Yeah, this was literally just a classic murder motivation of, she has money and I want the money.
Yeah, get rich quick. Find out that she has money during the prison pen pal system, and yeah, just get married, pumice her corns a couple of times, and then kill her for the money.
Is this the
Fart wasn't even an issue at this point.
Yeah, until he stuck his grubby little nose in thing.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah,
Was it this episode or the next one with Sideshow Bob, where Sideshow Bob's writing a letter in his own blood, and then he faints, and you just cut to Snake, who's in the same cell, just goes, Jesus, Bob, use a pen,
Sideshow Bob. Yeah, it's this one. Yeah, it's this the next one, yeah. Use a pen, Sideshow Bob.
He's sounding very Beavis and Butthead with that one.
Well, Snake kind of does, doesn't he?
No, not really. He sounds like a slightly different Otto.
Yeah, he's more surfery than Otto, yeah.
Anyway.
But yeah, this is when, Bob, in that one, is like, corner boy in room and disembowel him. No, I don't like that bowel in there. Gut him.
Oh, God, yeah. Sideshow Bob used to be great. I mean, I can pinpoint the episode where Sideshow Bob started sucking, and that was after Cecil.
Yeah. Was that, so that was before the, Colonel Haplabap one, wasn't it, where he tried to destroy television?
Would it have been before that? Maybe
like
it was.
The Cecil one, I think the Cecil one is like peak Sideshow Bob.
Oh, absolutely.
Because, like, not only is he not the villain that time round, it's like you've got the banter between him and Cecil, and it's just fantastic. I think that's before the Sideshow Bob's Last Stand, where he tries to destroy all TV using the hydrogen bomb and like the 1920s plane that doesn't fly.
But here's the thing: is I think they could have wrapped it up nicely with Cecil if they'd have just not had Sideshow Bob go back to jail, because I think that was a believable end to Sideshow Bob's story of just like, I've just moved on.
Yeah.
Because he's smart enough to do that.
Yeah, he is. And then, like, a couple of years later, they've got him with his Italian family who swear vendetta.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid. At that point, it's totally insane. Anyone who likes those episodes is a moron.
Yeah, and even later when they bring his parents in.
He's faked his death like 4 times at this point.
Yeah, he fakes his death, and he uses, like, nitroglycerin, and he's like, oh, this is to blow Bart up. No, it was because he's got heart medicine, and he needs to, stop his heart. It's fucking silly. But yes, I picked back Black Widower. It could have been any of the Sideshow Bob episodes, but the fact that this was like the first one that had continuity, I think that's what puts it up on the list for me.
I mean, I've got to be absolutely honest with you, Rick. I struggle to remember the first Sideshow Bob episode. I remember he wanted to kill Krusty, but that's about it.
He didn't even want to kill him, he wanted to frame him.
Well, there you go. That's how long. I should probably go back and actually check it out, because it's been so long, I've honestly forgotten.
Yeah, he frames Krusty for armed robbery, so Krusty goes to jail, and then Bob can take over his show, so then he can, like, raise the bar on children's programming. And to his credit, he does. Like, he reads things to the kids. He's able to, be more than just a slapstick character when he's got all this brain behind him.
Sure. Again, it's been a while. I can't remember. Like, the only thing I remember taking over Krusty was like Gabbo, and that sucked.
Yeah.
I mean, it was funny, but it sucked.
Oh, yeah. Like, I can't in any way understand how Gabbo would have been better received than Krusty when basically it's like SMTV. It's just a vehicle for the cartoon that you want to watch.
Yeah.
It's there to fill time to make a 20-minute cartoon into an hour-long slot.
Oh, yeah, you're so right. Itchy and Scratchy's only like half a minute, dude. Yeah. So they do that with Krusty, turn like a 30-minute Krusty into an hour by just giving it ads all the time. Gotta get them SOBs buying new water guns.
Oh, the kids in Springfield are SOBs.
Gabbo.
And it's him himself as well, because he's a fucking puppet. But yes, what's going to be your number one?
My number one has been heavily foreshadowed. It's Series 2, Episode 17, Homer at the Bat.
Ah, yes, Daryl.
How to use celebrities well.
Yeah, you take the piss out of them. Half of them die.
Daryl Strawberry becomes a mutant. Wait, no, not Daryl Strawberry, it's the other one. The one that... Go on, sorry.
Ken Griffey, I believe.
Yeah, and he... okay, baseball is notorious. It's the only sport that most people will point at apart from cycling, where it's like everyone's clearly on steroids.
Yep. Ken Griffey's grotesquely swollen jaw. Steve Saxon is running with the law. We're talking Homer, Ozzy and the Straw.
I've forgotten which one it is, but the fucking gag throughout the entire episode of, God damn it, I told you to get rid of those sideburns.
Mattingly.
Yeah. And it's just like, I don't...
Mattingly, get rid of those sideburns, you're off the team, we're good. And he's basically shaved all the way round his head. In a loop.
Including giving himself a really weird reverse mohawk.
Yeah, like a sideways reverse mohawk.
Oh, it's just so fucking dumb. Oh.
And then he's like, still better than insert manager name here.
Which is, yeah, okay, yeah. I loved the gag early on as well, where they've got the pickup game of baseball in the thing, and it's Ralph versus Bart, and Bert's like, okay, I'll take Nelson. It's like, oh, I'll take Ken Griffey. It's like, okay, kid, and he just gets the fucking team.
Yeah, just as they're walking by, yeah.
Yeah,
and they only walk by as soon as it's his turn to pick as well.
Yeah, you brought it up earlier, but they're Daryl. And Marge is like, that's not nice. They're professional athletes. They don't care. And it just cuts to a single tear running down his face.
Yep.
There's a real problem with sports of like too much heckling, but I think it's an American thing, because with British people, specifically with football, it's like, okay, this guy got a DUI charge over the weekend. We came up with a great fucking song. It's to the Choma Fleur de Lis.
Yeah.
And a one and a two.
Sometimes it's off the cuff as well. Like
he went for a shit.
Shit. He went for a shit. Jason Ponchen. He went for a shit.
I love the commentary on that. It's just like, oh, the crowd seems to have decided what he went off to do.
Yeah. He seems to have gone off the field and come back for without a substitution. The crowd seems to have decided exactly what he's gone and done. Yeah.
If we're seeing as we're talking about football, that fucking Cammy moment lives rent free in my head. I don't know, Jeff.
What's happened? I don't know, Jeff.
we got words of a substitution, or not a red card or something. Oh, I thought it was a sub, Jeff. And they were just pissing themselves laughing.
Yep.
National treasure.
That's become his
treasure.
Yeah, that's become his catchphrase now. I don't know, Jeff.
Oh, fuck, absolutely great. Oh, God. I remember when the World Cup was going to be in Russia, Cammy showed up on 8 out of 10 Cats, the regular one, not Does Countdown, and it was like, Cammy's been warned specifically to be careful when he's over in Russia, because if you don't know, Cammy is black, he's not white, and the Russians don't like that. In fact, plenty of black British fans were told, be careful in Russia, because Russians are super racist, which is a problem when you're dealing with football hooligans. Guess who's probably going to get targeted first, is basically what they're saying. And then they played a clip of Chris Kamara's commemorative World Cup song, and Sean Locke just goes, they're not warning you because you're black, they're warning you because of that.
Oh, yeah. Good old Sean Locke.
Yeah, rest in peace. Man, he was young, wasn't he? No, let's not get bogged down in fucking grim talk. We got that one...
Undefeated character in the box champion.
Yeah, for real. Like 3 times, I think he did it. One of the baseball players gets just completely sidetracked by saving a child from a burning building, then a cat, then a dog, and then just random appliances. Yeah.
And another one is picked up by Eddie and Lou because he's from New York City, where there's a lot of unsolved murders.
Oh, jeez, that's bad, isn't it?
And he's like, it looks like we shut the book on every unsolved murder in New York City.
It's really fucked up with Lou being involved as well.
Yeah.
It's like, I just remember that moment with Chief Wiggum, where like, I don't remember anything in my oath saying protecting you, and Lou just goes, first word, Chief.
Yeah. Yep.
I love Lou.
Oh, the other one is like it's $1 million bet, and he's like Burns is doing the trash talk with his other millionaire friend, and the other guy goes, "Oh, $1 million," and he goes, "Oh, how about a real bet?" And he goes, "Well, $1 million is not a bet to you." And he goes, "Oh, wait, I wasn't listening. I thought we were gonna like go up and like a bit of back and forth. No, $1 million is fine." And then immediately after, in the next scene, "Smithers, is it wrong to cheat on a bet?" "Yes, sir." "Is it? Let me rephrase that. Is it wrong if I cheat?" "No, sir."
Yeah,
so he spends obviously more than $1 million on these guys.
Yeah, it's implied that one of them just really wanted to work in a nuclear power plant for some fucking reason.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a great episode. It's really fun. Shout out to all of the baseball guys who I assume just provided their voices, which they didn't speak enough for it to have taken a lot of time in the booths.
Yeah, and like I think the only one that you got a lot of spotlight was Daryl Strawberry, and that's because he was specifically Homer's foil.
Also, the only reason why I know who Daryl Strawberry is because of this episode of Simpsons.
Oh yeah, totally. Ken Griffey Jr. I know because he's like the baseball face for like video games.
I mean, fair enough. I didn't even know that. But yeah, it's my top episode, and it's my top episode for a reason. And I can't believe it's only season 2.
Yeah. It was like they were still finding their feet, and yet it seems sometimes they just land immediately directly on their feet.
And it's like, not to go for the obvious pun, but they really knocked it out the park with it.
Yeah, totally.
Right.
Absolutely.
And they don't really touch baseball. I can think of like 3 or 4 more episodes they do baseball stuff. One of them being the Isotopes going off to like New Jersey or something.
Yeah.
Homer goes on hunger strike. But yeah, that's my number one, Rick. Do you want to...
That's Albuquerque.
Albuquerque, there you go. It's like, wait a minute, that's pickles and so-and-so. Known topics for Albuquerque. Or whatever.
Yeah.
But anyway, Rick, let's end this on a highlight, shall we? Let's have a good one. What is your number one pick for your top 5 Simpsons episodes?
My number one pick is a cheaty one.
Oh, no.
It's Season 6, Episode 25, and Season 7, Episode 1, Who Shot Mr. Burns, Parts 1 and 2.
No, you have to pick one.
Yeah, Part 2.
I'm joking.
Part 1 is all set up.
I'm joking. They're both the same episode, but you're right. It is a cheating answer.
Yeah, it's very definitely a cheating answer, and it's very definitely like worth mentioning because like I wasn't watching The Simpsons when this was new. However, I came into it after this was kind of still in living memory. So to the point that there were there was like an article on the gap between the 2 seasons on the encyclopedia at the electronic encyclopedia at school. So like you like a version of Wikipedia before Wikipedia that you could just like look up, and it was people just like making predictions on who it could possibly be.
I mean, I remember it being a big story in that everyone points out that was around during the time that it was in news articles and stuff being like, oh, who shot Mr. Burns? Great for tabloids.
Yeah. And Mr. Burns obviously survives. But yeah, this is where Mr. Burns just like ramps up his cartoon villainy.
Oh, he blocks out the sun.
Literally taking candy from a baby. Yeah, he blocks out the sun, takes candy from a baby.
You had access to computers in 1995. You really did go to a rich fuck school.
A little bit after that, but yes. They had the computers. They didn't have the internet until a couple of years later.
Okay, but like this would not have been an internet article thing in 1995.
Yeah, they had. It was a computerized encyclopedia that the school bought, loaded up on all of the computers, and anybody on a computer could like log into via the intranet because they didn't have the internet. These computers were on Windows 3.1.
I'm just pointing out again, like for people who are listening along and don't realise, Rick and I are from very different worlds.
Yeah, I went to a normal school until I was 9, and then I didn't.
In 1995, you would have been over 9, wouldn't you?
Yeah, exactly. 1995 is when I made the transition from normal school to
rich fuck
the expensive
school.
one. Yeah.
What did you do with that education, Rick?
I tell you exactly what I did. I got inspiration to replace the We Do song with impressions of teachers.
Did you play rugby or something?
I ended up as captain of boats in the rowing team.
Fuck off! I know I met you like when we were both already adults, but fuck me, if I knew about that when we first met, I would have looked at you completely different. Oh, what a prick!
Yeah. And also the sailing club were like our major rivals because once our second master, who was like the grandfather of rowing, retired, the person that replaced him was all about sailing, and it was like, okay, well, now all the budget's going to the sailing people.
Oh, how dare he!
Yeah, so we didn't have any budget anymore, so we had to raise all of our money by like rinsing all of the parents of the boat club people.
Rick, I had to buy my own hockey stick to be part of the hockey team at school.
We had to do that too, but yeah, it was done through parent donations. Yeah, fun.
Let's talk about Mr. Burns getting shot.
Yeah, so they recorded they fully animated the alternate ending where it was Smithers.
I mean, they show you this animated ending when you watch one of the Troy McClure bullshit silly episodes because they needed padding.
Yeah, the Simpsons clip shows. Yeah.
I believe
like 138th episode is spectacular.
I believe Troy McClure straight up just goes, but of course, for that to make sense, you'd have to ignore all the Simpsons DNA.
Yep. But they even did like all the other individual characters that were suspects doing the shot, but only the cooldown of Smithers. Yeah. Because they didn't want it to get out by any of the animators just, leaking it.
Yeah, it would have been like a Ben Franklin situation where they don't think that they'd leak it on purpose, but someone will get drunk and just tell people.
Yeah. Like, I think when they revealed that Luke, I am your father,
Only 4 people knew that.
Yeah, to Mark Hamill. Yeah, only he knew that. It's like, George know this, I know this, James Earl Jones knows this, and now you know it. If this leaks, we know it was you.
It's like, what is it? Telephone, telegram, telecarry.
Yep.
I absolutely adore Mark Hamill, because I saw this on the Graham Norton show where he just went, when they're watching it in the theatres during the actual release, and Harrison Ford's next to him, and he just leans up to him and goes, "Hey kid, you didn't fucking tell me that."
Yep.
And Mark Hamill does an almost scarily good Harrison Ford impression.
The best part is when they're actually both sat in a on a live show, and the host goes, "Well, Harrison, I guess that's your job now." He could just do you now, and he goes, "Yeah, I'm gonna retire."
I love Harrison Ford because he's such a grouchy old fuck, but he will do any of his old shtick if it means he gets enough money.
Yeah, and like someone was asking him about the acting as Red Hulk in the new movie, and it goes, how much did you have to swallow your pride to perform this trash? And he just like leans over to the microphone going and says, "That's what the money's for."
I mean, you saying that, I remember a story of the guy who played Worf being like, okay, so getting made up to be Worf is a nightmare and takes forever, and that the prosthetics at the time were awful, they were itchy, it was hell. I swore after The Next Generation, I'm never doing this shit again. And then they came up to me for, I think it was Deep Space Nine, and they were like, "We want you to play Worf again." And he's like, "No fucking way." And they said, "Here's the amount of money we're paying, we're willing to pay you." He just went, "Wolf me up."
Yep.
It's like Daniel,
as Krusty would say, yeah, they drove a dump truck full of money out to my house. I'm not made of stone.
Daniel Craig said he was going to stop playing James Bond ages ago, but he did another movie, and he kept getting asked by interviewers why. And he went, "They offered me so much money, it would have been stupid to say no."
Yeah, and power to these guys who can just like ply their trade just by being themselves and continuing in something they've already done. Money for old rope, essentially.
I mean, like, Rick and I don't have much integrity. If someone came along and said, "We will give you £300,000 to read this ad at the beginning of every single nonsense review," we'll take that money in a heartbeat. Unless it's from Raid Shadow Legends, they can go die in a fire.
Or, a recruitment ad for like North Korea or something.
No one's going to follow it. I'll take the money. No, I'm kidding. I probably wouldn't do that.
Yeah. But yeah, Who Shot Mr. Burns Part 2 in particular is, yeah, that's what they all say. I'll say no.
Yeah, because Homer's in prison for a good chunk of it. Well, not prison, jail for a good chunk of it, isn't he?
Yeah, because like the gag in the first episode is that Burns keeps forgetting his name.
Yep.
And yeah, it was...
when he wakes up, it's all he can say.
Yeah, Homer Simpson.
Oh, now you remember my name, huh?
Yeah, yep. And when he comes around from it, it's who the devil are you? Oh boy.
Yeah, again, yes, talking about all the fucking wild bullshit that happens from season 10 onwards. Again, this is season 6/7, and Mr. Burns is blotting out the sun.
And gets shot by Maggie.
Season 6, guys. It was always stupid. I'm just thinking of Troy McClure with fucking, "See, Homer was always dumb."
Yeah. And that's actually my favourite Homer line, is the one that they reference in that. The, "Hello, my name is Mr. Burns. I believe you have a letter for me."
Oh.
Okay, Mr. Burns, what's your first name? "I don't know."
It's C.
Great
Montgomery,
plan,
isn't it?
Bart.
That's the bit that sells it.
Charles Montgomery Burns. But yeah, the great plan, Bart.
Like, specifically, it was Bart's idea. That's what sells it as like, yeah, Homer's a dumb fuck.
Yeah. Yep. But yes, that's our favourites of The Simpsons. It's possible we might do another one of these, pick some different episodes to be favourites, including ones that we've already talked about in this episode by not picking them as our favourites.
Yeah, I think before we return to The Simpsons, though, we're more likely to do South Park or Futurama or even Family Guy, maybe, but Family Guy's a bit of a weird beast. Yeah,
Family Guy might be more of a top 3 than a top 5.
Top 3, and here's 2 more, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. And I don't think there's any point in doing a your favourite of mine, my favourite of yours one, because we both like them all.
Yeah, despite the fact that we give Simpsons an almost endless amount of shit, we still both very much like The Simpsons.
Yeah, like classic Simpsons in particular. And neither of us picked Marge versus the Monorail, which is a top episode.
It's a great episode, but of course it is. It's written by Conan.
Yeah. Oh, man. But yes, if you liked the video or the audio, you've got the comment section down below on YouTube for videos and the comment section down below on Spotify for some of the audio. If you're listening via an audio platform that doesn't have audio, well, send us an email, which would go to...
If you're listening via an audio platform that doesn't have audio...
Okay.
Yes, you can send us emails directly at nonsensereviewuk@gmail.com. Send us your thoughts, what your favourite episode of The Simpsons is, why we're wrong to like what we like. If your comment or email is interesting, witty, or just plain fun, then we will gladly read it out on a future episode. We are currently 1 for 1, so we will follow through with that threat.
Yeah, even if you just send us your favourite Simpsons quotes, that's fine too.
Well, maybe not that, because there are so many good ones, and we'll get fucking just a list of... I know what internet people are like. They'll just send a list of quotes.
Yeah. Like Bart just going, I don't think anyone expected him to say that. And that's just going to be someone's favourite quote. It's going to be a goodbye from me for today.
Bye diddly-eye, listenerinos.